my life has seemed to parallel my life at high school since those days, and I've always been very thankful for the exposure I had to the arts and sports and my education at Parkway North. It was an experimental school at the time, and it was awesome because we had huge, wide open spaces and dividers, and I really liked that setting. Of course, being big, I like open spaces, but I found that very comfortable setting. I find myself today living in large open spaces if I can. I had, not only did I get a good solid foundation in an education at Parkway North, but again, the most important things to me, and the things that have continued to crop up in my life and be a part of my life, are music, and we had wonderful music programs at North. I sang in the concert choir and the jazz ensemble, and was in a band in 7th grade, and I was involved in school politics, and I'm not very political these days, but just the avenues and having gone through all those processes was a great experience for me. Sports, certainly. I ended up playing professional football in New Orleans for many years, and I got a great foundation there. I still remember the coaches, I still remember the fundamentals, and all around I think the fundamentals is what I got out of that high school. And the whole, I went to McKelvey, I went to Parkway North Junior High, and then Parkway North Senior. And it really prepared me for the years beyond. And again, the things that I was passionate about then, music, sports, my education, and even in drama, some, although I didn't participate in drama much, I ended up doing again later, but I had the exposure at North. So let's see, I'll give you a little chronology. In 1982, I was drafted from the University of Missouri to the New Orleans Saints. I played professional football there for 9 years. And after my professional football career, I had the luxury of exploring those other things that I did in high school. I had a band for 2.5 years. And then as I realized that it really didn't suit my lifestyle at that point, I moved into some other areas. I moved into public speaking, and I did a lot of philanthropic work. And then I got a little burned out of being in the public eye, and I traded the stock market for many years. And when that fell apart, along with my finances, I found myself really, and it was an interesting transition, forced in a way to develop again the things that I loved and try to make a living out of it. And at this point in time, although I wouldn't have been able to tell you 6 years before that, that photography would be my livelihood and my art form, it is currently. And I picked it up in about 1999 when I was living in Los Angeles, and I found myself captivated by it. I began as an art and a passion, and it is now an art and a passion and a business for me. And it keeps me around all those things that I did in high school and all those things that I'm still passionate about now. I shoot the music scene in and around New Orleans and around the United States. I shoot a lot of nature. I shoot events, political events, music and festivals. I shoot portraiture. I shoot model portfolios. And I have a fine art portfolio too. So my passion for photography is partly due to the fact that that art and living keeps me around all the things that I'm passionate about in my life and all the things that I was passionate about in high school, but not as aware of and hadn't developed to the same degree. So again, going back, it's really those days and the socialization and the people. And thankfully, I still involved with and not as frequently as I'd like to be, but a number of friends and people that I've met, lifelong friends from Parkway North. Some of them are coaching at the school nowadays, and some of them around the country and around the world. But it was a real blessing, and it's been an interesting parallel in my life. So some things have changed drastically, and some things haven't changed at all. I didn't bring any photos with me, but my photography can be viewed on a website, which is www.edelmanphoto.com. It's one word, edelmanphoto.com. And you'll see all the different portfolios that I shoot there, and some information about my work. And I'm really fortunate to be able to be doing something that I love, and something that even though photography in and of itself was not something I studied at Parkway North, it ends up being something, again, that allows me to capture all the things and be around all the things that I enjoy in my life.